My children soon will be gods. この狩りの始まりだ。
Howdy, everybody. How y'all doing? Hopefully you're doing all right. Hopefully everything is going all right out there. I wanted to share this with you, Nick, because we've seen some pretty disturbing things on this channel, right? And we've seen some analog horror stuff that's actually pretty good and pretty memorable. I'll say this. This one, I saw only a little bit of it, and it gave me the literal creeps. And as I was watching it, I said to myself, holy shit, Nick needs to watch this. And you
have to do a whole lot to creep me out. So.
No, I know. And I guess we'll see how far the creep meter goes with you on this. But all in all,
I'm very impressed with the Silent Hill 2 remake for actually creeping me out a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, I still always get a little bit of an uncomfortable feelings during certain parts during the original Silent Hill 2, but it bringing back creeping me out, like during the intro, walking down the path towards the church, creeping me out going into the town again, like for once, like that's something else. Like, I haven't felt that way since I was in like high school, playing it.
Yeah. So. It'll be like that.
But like I gotten so used to horror stuff nowadays that like I'll be like, oh, that's a little bit creepy, to a lot of things, but to actually just be like, I'm legitimately getting uneasy, like that takes a lot,
Yeah. Because here's the thing, building that tension and like getting that and building it in that atmosphere, that takes work. It's not like, a lot of these games nowadays which are just wholly dependent on jump scares, which that's the thing with a lot of games nowadays. I mean, and I'm not going to say Five Nights at Freddy's started it, but Five Nights at Freddy's is definitely where a lot of game developers got their ideas of what was scary. And don't get me wrong, the atmosphere of Five Nights at Freddy's can be scary, but it is entirely dependent upon jump scares when you get to a certain point of it.
Yeah, I've played the first one, and it does nothing for me. They can't even get me with the jump scares.
Yeah.
For some reason.
But atmosphere and, like, truly, like, disturbing ideas. That is...
The last thing that creeped me out before Silent Hill 2 was Soma.
Oh, yeah.
And that's because there is a part where you literally descend to, like, the fucking ocean floor. Like, really, really deep. And there's a big elevator that goes on, like, forever and reads the depth you're currently at on the way down.
Yeah.
Part way down, it shuts off and the lights go out. And so you're just in the abyss of the ocean in the dark, and then you have to climb out on top of the elevator to get the fucking thing running again. And then you actually get down there and you're walking along this like dirt, like, kind of mound thing with like the abyss to your left and right.
Yeah.
And these like ocean like currents, like wind, like rushing along the whole time. Weird lights and stuff, and you have to walk along it for a good huge distance, and it's just, I'm like, dude, this is fucking terrifying.
Oh, yeah. It's uneasy.
It gave me huge chills, like, for the whole way.
Well, there are things that hit those sensory apparatuses in your brain that just tweak your fear, Mag. Like, just tweak your fear and just, like, make your mind wander. And it's impressive whenever games are able to do that.
Yeah, like it like 100% like just ballpark slam, grand slam thalassophobia out of the park.
Oh yeah. That scared the shit out of me, dude. I'm being honest. But okay, we got this here though. This is Analog Horror Hell And what I figured we would do is let's turn the lights down just a little bit. There we go. Make it a little darker in here. And let's go ahead and get this up on screen. And are you ready? Let's get into it. This is Analog Horror Hell by Urban Spook. Here we go. Last night, police got an anonymous tip about trespassers in an abandoned textile and paint factory. The call had been made from a telephone booth not far from the site.
In a workshop outside the factory, police found a shocking discovery. Body parts from 5 different victims were found inside. Somebody's giant slong was laying on the table.
I think it's a foot or an arm.
That's a giant slong. Some remains have been sewn together into something resembling clothing.
Buffalo Bill?
A set of stairs lead down into what would be dubbed the cage room. Evidence that the room had been lived in for a long time.
With the stench of death.
It's interesting that it looks like they're kind of going with like PS2 graphics for this.
I think it's supposed to represent like old footage. Like they're using like an old camera because it's in the 4x3 format.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks like it's been made in like a 3D engine to look like PS2 kind of graphics.
Yeah. Oh, photos on the table. What do we got? Oh. Well, inside the cage is filled with human urine.
Oh, good. I was thirsty. I'm just kidding.
Inside the cage, missing remains of Corey and Margaret Beck were found, sewn together. Ooh. Beside the mattress stood a bucket containing several male genitalia. Oh.
I told you it was a giant schlong.
Okay, who was the schlong? Who did the schlong belong to?
I don't know.
Apparently they were
Dickie Long Stockings.
Dickie Longstock. You fucking asshole. Stop it. Inside the factory itself, more gruesome discoveries will be made. In the locker room, 2 bodies were found hanging from the same rope. One of them identified as Jenyns, the other body was unidentifiable. Deeper inside the factory, police found to be dubbed the paint room. Here several paintings were found. One of them seemed to be unfinished. Most are unknown. Some of the paintings could be linked back to victims as far as 5 years ago. Here are the paintings. Emma's Last Smile, Bloated Betty, Stone Loop, Mark the Machine, Milk Teeth Heath, The Collins, Untitled. Soon in the next room, the missing Jones family were found. Oh, man. They drugged through their bodies. Oh, man. Oh. Damn.
How in the hell do you get a chain from one end of a person to the other?
I think they'd probably already be dead, and basically they just like forced. They basically like
I
forced.
guess if it was on like a spear.
Yeah, they forced. They basically Vlad the Impaler them, hooked it around the what they pushed up through, and then like ran it back, like ran it through them. In the basement of the building, more bodies were found. 4 victims had apparently partially eaten or partly eaten.
Them being in different states of decomposition on the same chain implies that they were impaled one after another and died at different times from the injury.
One died and then was impaled, and another one died and they were impaled, and then so on and so forth.
There could be that.
And then these victims are still are yet unknown. Sarah Stone and her husband. Sewn each other's rectal openings. Oh. So basically infinite loop human centipede.
Human Ouroboros.
Yeah. Now, remember the painting Stone Loop?
Oh, yeah.
That was them. Force-fed rocks. Ooh, Stone Loop. Oh. Damn. Yeah, that's fucked. Further down, police entered the sewer system. Turning point in the case. You never come back. She's the loudest. She is the loudest here. It's the loudest here. Once you've been to hell, you never come back. Tina Rosenberg said in an interview not long after surviving her attack. Here's a clip from the interview. Uh-oh.
Do you think that you've recovered from this ordeal?
I'll never recover. I'll never be the same. Those people took me to hell. And once you've been in hell, you never come back.
Community wellness check. Tina Rosenberg was living with her mother at the time. How Officer Nathan Cole was the first to respond since he was in the area. The key encounter in that house was truly bizarre. This is the footage from Nathan's body. Oh no.
Right now! Do not move!
Oh.
Let me see your hands right now! Let me see your hands!
He didn't check that other room that was behind him.
Do not move! You understand?
I'd shoot him. Oh. Bill Collins, damn.
Y'all feel free to cut the screening off anytime. It's kind of obnoxious.
Damn. Okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah. That ending scene there. I mean, just those two right there. Yeah. I thought that something was going to come up from behind him and kill him because of this door right here. I thought there was going to be something that was going to come up from behind him and kill him. That's what I saw. And then, nah, turns out it was these two. Yeah, this Mona Lanius. Well, honestly, I thought that was what'd you think?
I don't know. Like, I kind of like the format of like they kind of keeping you like on edge about like this is this from this, you know, because every time it's like, oh, what are you gonna see next, you know?
Yeah.
The PS2 graphics are cool, but like not quite as effective as like the live action, like analog horror stuff, in my opinion.
Also, Officer Nathan Cole. No need to thank me, ladies and gentlemen.
That's funny.
Police and the FBI. We can't catch two psychos. Officer Nathan. Yeah. It's like, heads up! Bang, bang.
Yeah, obviously they were trying to be super disturbing with the screaming, but like it went on for too long, kind of got eerie. Like, more hurt my ears than it did disturb me, you know?
I would have shut it off. I would have shut it off right here, like when that started happening.
Yeah.
And then, like when it went black, I'd have shut it off. And then, like Tina's eyes and ears had been punctured with a pair of knitting needles, and she kept screaming for 20 minutes. Yeah, I would have instead, like I would have had like the static, or like the static from like the VHS static in the background for that, and then, or you could go back to the original theme that they had for the beginning here, for you know, like when they first arrived to like do like a callback to the beginning, and then when you see her, Mona Lenius, the the mastermind of all this, basically you just do everything you can to like I would just do everything I could to like add amp up the creep factor here, and then just let it end. Personally, that's just me, though. I mean, this is just me looking at it from my perspective.
Also, they're obviously trying to make like the murder lady look like kind of uncanny, but she just doesn't look real.
Yeah, like this is that. Like if it's like if you just said this was a police sketch, I would have believed it. But
yeah, like I think that's what they should have done, is they should have specified that was just the police sketch of her.
Yeah.
Or whatever. But I mean, even in the video footage, like the body cam footage, she doesn't look real at all. Neither does the other guy,
Yeah.
That's like the only thing that kind of makes it like not quite hit for me. Like some of the other analog horror is just how obviously like CGI they look.
Personally, right here, you can tell this is a Blender render, and in all honesty, I'm cool with Blender renders. I like Blender renders, but when it comes to analog horror in this aspect, I would want to like get a makeup effects person to do work, and then add VFX on top of it to make you look more gaunt or make you.
So
like,
my thing is like if you use this style to do something like Silent Hill oriented, like something really supernatural,
yeah,
I think it would work really well.
I think so.
Like where you started like really fucking with the environments and stuff that you were showing, but where all of this could have potentially been done in live action, like with probably, just enough elbow grease and just a little bit of budget. Like it kind of makes me feel like it would have been a better suited story to live action in terms of being creepy.
I think so. I think, especially here at the end with like the body cam footage and going live action for that, like the full live action for that.
Yeah, at the very least, that's where I would have switched to like full practical effects and live action. But
I mean, but
it is what it is. It was still interesting for sure.
Well, given the fact that this person pulled this off by themselves, I mean,
if they
was really good.
I mean, if they were just a one-person team and couldn't get anybody to help them with their project, then I mean, there you go, I guess. So.
Yeah. But honestly, this there's parts of this that could be really, really freaking good as like its own separate horror thing. I mean, I would love it. But anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this one, everybody. This was Analog Horror Hell, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. This was actually really good, and I guess if y'all want to see more from Urban Spook, feel free to click their name in the title of the video. And until next time, signing off, I am Nate.
I'm Nick.
Y'all be good people. Take care of yourselves. Peace.